What's up, you guys? It's Atil coming back to you with another tall lifter log. This should be number 3. We have an upper body day here. The next one I do will be a lower body day again. Gonna mix it up. I've really only done sitting down and talking videos the last few weeks. It's been a while since I've done a lifting vlog, but we're up to 200 pounds, going for 210 over the next 6 months, and so I thought it'd be a good time to go ahead and do another tall lifter log. I'm gonna start with rack pulls. We're doing a giant set, so we're gonna do rack pulls, dumbbell curls, and neck curls. I know I'm gonna show you guys all these warm-ups for this first giant set, but after that, I'll probably only show you guys some working sets. We'll try and keep this video short and sweet. Throw in some tidbits here of things that I think can help or be useful in training or just in general talking about bodybuilding or anything like that. But we'll go ahead and get started with warming up with some of these rack pulls. Just below the knee, like right below my knee, and we will get started. Next part of this giant set is, like I said, curls. So we'll start warming up doing some curls. Going for 10 to 12 reps each arm, so about 20 to 24 reps total. Last week I kind of jumped the gun and jumped to use my 45s when I should use the 40s again. So we will jump back down this week, use the 40s, get the full rep range out of it, and then we'll move up next week if we get it this week. If not, we'll stick with the same weight. I'm doing these kind of exaggerated because I do barbell curls and they're not nearly as exaggerated all the way up. Hi, son. And the last exercise we'll be warming up with is the neck curls, neck extensions, my bad. We're doing neck extensions. We'll be working up to 40 pounds, the 40-pound dumbbells, just one 40-pound dumbbell for the neck extension. Right, my hair always gets caught with that Velcro there. But these are the warm-up sets. The next thing I'll show you guys will be the working sets, but I do anywhere from 3 to 4 warm-up sets usually. So we'll see how many warm-up sets I'm gonna do, but just warm up until you feel warm and you'll be fine. But I will see you guys with the working weight. I forgot to mention the working weight with rack pulls will be, I think it's either 225 or 235. I forget which one of the two. We'll do 40-pound curls and then 40-pound neck extensions. And then after that, we have another, I think we only have giant sets today, 3 groups of giant sets. And so we'll move on to the exercise. Still warming up. I have 205 here for the rack pull. There was 2 things I wanted to talk about, one with the rack pull and one with the curl. That are just some more bro science for you guys, just some more talking points that I have. Rack pulls are they can be unnecessary. I haven't done them a ton though in my lifting career, and I figure, coaching people, talking to people, if somebody asks me about it, I should probably have done it at some point, so that way I can actually speak on it. I haven't done a ton of rack pulls. I've been enjoying doing rack pulls, but it's not something that you have to do. So just because you guys see me do something doesn't mean that you necessarily have to do it, have to work in a program. That doesn't mean I'm doing something that's right either. Just keep that in mind. I've been seeing some good upper back growth and trap development from it. So I also do deadlifts too, though, and they can they're not interchangeable. It's at a certain point, it's the same movement, but you can load the rack pulls heavier than you can load a deadlift. I'm also doing these for 10 to 12 reps, so I'm doing on a higher rep range than I do my deadlift. But I figured that was just a good talking point. So we'll do these 205 pulls, and then we'll talk about curls. Just a few reps, nothing fancy. So now we'll do our last set of warm-up curls with the 35s. I knew I was talking about it, but I don't know if I finished my thought on it or if I got lost in my train of thought. But with these curls, I do them a little bit exaggerated and I go all the way up. I do straight arm or straight bar curls where I kind of tend to stop right there. And so I do these curls, since they're single arm, I do them all the way up. So I exaggerate it a little bit more, even though it may be a little bit unnecessary, but it's still a slightly different variation. So you already do a few different types of curl variants. I kind of want my different variations that I'm doing throughout the week to be a little bit different than each other. If they're doing the same exact thing, or if I'm doing them the same exact way, then I feel like I could be doing a different movement that's hitting it from a different angle or a different muscle. We have 225 on here, first set of working weight, and I lied. I was wrong about the last one, or the last rep range. I'm doing these in a 12 to 15 rep range, so I'm doing it on a higher rep range. So I did 14, I want to say it was 14 reps last week. I need to look at the log and I'll know for sure. Logger lifts, I need to look at my log to make sure. So we're going to go for 14 to 15 reps this time on the first set. Should be able to get 15, but we'll at least take 14. So we'll see how many we get here. And then I will show you guys the curls. I'm using straps. Some people are strap elitists and you can't use straps, you can't touch straps or anything like that. I'm doing a bicep exercise after this, and so my forearms are going to be a tiny bit fatigued. They've gotten used to it now though, so I'm still pretty used to it. But if I don't use straps, doing 15 reps with 225, my arms are going to be so tired that I won't be able to do this giant set. I could just not do the giant set and completely split the exercises, but my arms are used to it now. So I feel like that's a benefit with doing giant sets as well, as my body is more used to handling more weight for more time. It was a lot harder whenever I first began. My forearms are kind of pretty tired there, so we'll see if we can't get 15 reps out of this. Got my 15 reps on the curls. We're gonna hit curls now with the 40s. We're shooting for 24 reps. My arms are still a little bit sore from 2 days ago when I did my arm workout, but we're still gonna try and get to it. You guys might see me get a little bit sloppy with the last few reps, but I will continue to use the same weight and clean the form up. So if I need to just try and hit a rep, it's not going to be complete body swinging, anything crazy like that, but I might have to get a little bit of motion in there to get these last few just fine. Ugh. 24. Okay. On the neck curls, and that is it for the giant set. 3 sets total of each. So we have neck curls. I always do neck curls either I keep saying neck curls. We have neck extensions. I do neck extensions either and curls between 15 to 20 reps. I always want a higher rep range because your neck is pretty, you don't want to mess your neck up. So we're going to do 15 to 20 reps. I actually didn't check to see how many reps I got last week, but this is still a pretty challenging weight because I just started it 2 weeks ago. So we're not, I might be able to get 17 or 18, but we'll see. 40-pound dumbbell, how many reps we can get. Yeah, 18 right there. So that is this giant set. Next, we'll have, I still have 2 more sets of this to do. We have AD press, because I can't do standing barbell press in the garage. What is it? Rear delt, flies with dumbbells, and skull crushers as another giant set to do. So I will see you guys on that. None of the warm-ups in that, more than likely. And we'll just go right into it. Unless I think of anything that I think is a good talking point with those warm-ups, I will see you guys during those exercises. Okay, so we have first set of AD press. I prefer to do this other than having the back straight up and doing a shoulder press. I like having something to rest against. It does make the exercise a little bit easier, but I'm also focusing on overall size. I'm not focusing on getting a stronger shoulder press or anything like that. I really don't care how strong it is for the most part. So we have 135 pounds. We're going to do this for 4 sets. I did 7 reps last week, so we're aiming for 7 to 8 reps this week. If I can get more, I'll get more. 10 reps is the max before we'll move up in weight. So we will go ahead and get it. I do not feel an 8th rep coming, so we'll take 7. Next exercise we're going to do is bent over lateral raises, but actually what we're going to do is we're going to take the bench and we're going to lean it over this. I prefer to do it like this. I feel like it's a lot easier. It's a little bit harder for me to put some body English into it if we do it that way. So let's get set up for that. We're doing this with 20 pounds, 13 reps last week, same thing, 4 sets. 13 reps last week. We'll see if we can't get 14. And on this, I don't mind using a little bit, having a little bit of momentum on this. I do other rear delt exercises that I don't use any body English or any momentum on, so I don't mind getting a little bit of momentum on this, but not too much. And if I feel that I'm getting a little bit too much, then we'll call the set there. So we got 14. Those last 2 to 3 reps, I did get a little bit of body English in there, which is fine. So just a side note, doing this AD press, doing this rear delt fly, doing these, that's the right way to build shoulders. For a long time, I did just, people say just spam lateral raises, which you'll get some growth out of that, but eventually you're going to hit a stopping point. And now doing some type of pressing movement where you're focusing a little bit more on strength progression is going to help you out a ton, because then you'll be able to progress and use heavier weights in your lateral raises. Doing a shoulder press or anything like that where you're pressing overhead is going to work your side delts. It may not give you the same size as if you were doing, or it's not going to be the same exact thing. If you're doing a lateral raise, yeah, the lateral raise is going to be hitting your side delts a lot more directly. But if you're not doing anything to push strength progression, then you're going to get to where I was at one point using 15 to 20 pounds, and I was just stuck there. I've taken those out of my movements for a little bit just because I was kind of tired of doing lateral raises, but I've still been able to progress on Lou raises or very large range of motion lateral raises. And what else do I do? I do cable lateral raises now too. I forgot about that, but I've been able to progress on those just because I'm doing this AD press and that, or doing some type of overhead shoulder press, and that's pushing the strength progression for me to be able to continue to progress on normal lateral raises. So let's do this last exercise in this giant set, which is just skull crushers with a dumbbell. We're using the 35s in it. Once again, 4 sets. I've been doing a lot of sets with everything just because I'm kind of trying to see where that point is where I'm doing too much because I've never really felt that. And so right now, since I'm bulking, I think that's a perfect time to try and test and see what's a little bit too much. Eventually, I'll probably come back down and do more of 3, 2, 4 sets, depending on how I'm feeling. But right now, I'm making myself just do 4 sets, even if I'm a little bit tired, to see kind of where my limit really is. So let's get into these skull crushers. We're gonna do these skull crushers, 35 pounds. We're gonna do 8 to 12 on them, or yeah, it's 8 to 12 reps, I believe, or it's 8 to 14, one of the two. Yeah, it's 8 to 14. That's what it is. It's 8 to 14 reps. But we're going to do these. So I am supersetting these, or my bad, I'm doing a giant set with these where I am doing another pushing movement. And so my triceps are going to be a little bit tired. So I do a movement in between them, which is going to give me a little bit more of a break. But also I give myself, if I need an extra minute or so, rest between doing this. And after doing this one, going back to doing that pushing movement, that shoulder press. And so I'm going to give myself just a tiny bit longer rest. That way my triceps are going to be fresh and ready. But I did 8 reps with these last week. So let's see if we can get 8 to 9 or just however many we can get. Nope. Thought I could get that 10th one, but I was not feeling it. It was about to come back on my face. So did these giant sets, 3 more sets of each, and then we have our last giant set, and I'll talk about that more whenever we get there. Last giant set, I've already warmed up on everything, but what we're doing is we're doing a cable row, hammer curls, and some hanging knee raises because I can't do leg raises here in the home gym and get a full range of motion just because I'm so tall. But we'll try and do those hanging knee raises weighted. I'm wearing shorts, and this is the first time I've worn shorts while I've been doing my upper body days here recently, and I can't get a dumbbell between my legs that easily. I might have to kind of figure something out, but we're going to see how many reps we can get of this. We're aiming for like 10 to 15 if I'm not mistaken. But with this, my overall focus is back. I'm not too worried about chest at the moment, and so every week I switch out if I'm doing a chest press for this exercise, a dumbbell press, or if I'm doing a flat dumbbell press, or if I'm doing this cable row. And this week is the cable row, so let's get it done. The 140 pounds, 130, yeah, 130 pounds. My rear delts are tired. Usually I don't feel those in rows. Okay, now we have our hammer curls, just using 35 pounds, going for 12 to 15 reps. I've been doing these seated, so I can't use as much swing in there. I was getting a little sloppy, a little bit more sloppy than I prefer. So I did the same exact reps that I did last week, but that'll be fine because I wasn't going to swing that last one and just try and get 13 for the sake of getting it. We have our last exercise here, and then we'll close it all out. Hanging knee raises. We're going to add weight. Hopefully this 15 stays between my legs well and doesn't. It's the rubber ones, and the metal ones were kind of scratching me some. So we'll see how this does. I like to kind of do them till failure, and then after that, I'm going to drop the weight, and I'll probably just try and rep out a few just to get it. I've been trying to slam abs here, especially while I've been bulked up, because I was never a very hardcore ab trainer, and so training them pretty hard here recently over the last year has made it to where they show a lot more, especially at my higher body fat. I've been enjoying that, so I want to get as much ab gains as I can. So. We're just going to do these till failure. Okay, sweet. We will close out the video, and I will do my last. I still have 3 more sets of everything, but we'll close out the video and get this finished for you guys. All right. So that'll wrap it up for this video, this upper day. If you've never tried giant sets, just kind of to round everything off, if you've never tried giant sets, give them a try. They're pretty taxing at first, but you get used to it. I've still been able to make strength gains. I've still been able to make hypertrophy gains. Got bigger. So give them a try if it's something that you've never done. But I'll tell you, the next thing that I'll do for the tall lifter log is I'll do a leg day, kind of like last time. I'll do an upper body day, leg day, and we'll just kind of do it. I'll probably only do it maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months, something like that. I don't think you guys seeing me work out every single week or every single month is necessarily necessary. If you follow me on Instagram at Burnett Basics, you'll be able to see a lot more of my training progress and different things like that on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a program out next, something that I'm going to kind of critique on the fitness industry that I see just as a natural lifter or just as a bodybuilder that I think is either incorrect or could be added to, different things like that. But make sure that you guys subscribe if you want to see more info like this. I have a few different training programs out there. Go check those out if you've never checked any of those out. But I will talk to you guys soon, either in the next tall lifter log or in the next video, whatever I decide to do next. And I will see you guys then. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.